we are going into in a world today, when you look at geopolitics, on one hand, we have a lot of opportunities for economic growth, wealth creations. On the other hand, we have growing inequalities, and then which really putting people much more under poverty lines. And the other piece, the third piece for me, is really the environmental perspective, the protection of our land. So my point is that both the economy, the social, and the environment, the three pillars should move side by side. And to do that, we really need a new impetus on our social justice. And you know, ILO was created in 1919 under the banner that there's no lasting peace without social justice. And that's why if you want peace, you need to cultivate social justice. No, of course, in addition to we're working to create a coalition for all multilateral, international, and bilateral IFIs and private sector and civil society for this social justice that I just referred to. Our priorities are on the digital economy, which is the future of work, the supply chain, the global supply chains, and an area also that is a potential of job creation, wealth creation, yet some challenges in terms of social protections. So it's also very high on the just transition, making sure that the transition toward the green economy, and I know UAE is going to host the COP28. So how do we ensure that workers are treated fairly in that transition, which also would raise another point which is also very high on our agenda, the necessity for a skill and reskilling, upskilling on that, not only for the transition toward greener economy, but also for the transition toward digital economy and transition from informal economy to formal economy. Those, one maybe last important point on our agenda is the whole dimension of gender equality, diversity, and inclusion is also quite very high on our agenda. Listen, I had an opportunity to have a meeting today with the Minister of Labor, so we discussed about the latest reform, normally the unemployment insurance that the Emirates has put in place, and he informed me that in about 5 weeks we have 600,000 beneficiaries with that unemployment, so which I welcome as part of the effort to improve the global social protection on that, which is quite, so it's something that we welcome. You know, we do believe that countries are making effort, and when a country is making an effort, we need to recognize that and encourage the countries. At the same token, making the fact that we recognize that a country is making an effort, it doesn't mean that the job is done. We still have certainly a long way to go, and I'm not aware of any country in the world that doesn't have a long way to go. And this is what development is about. So on one hand, I believe I'm pleased to see reform going on. On the other hand, I'm also very pleased to see the ambition that UAE has in terms of continuing reforming its labor market, and not only reform per se, but putting also technology into play, and to see how the advancement in technology also can help those reforms.